All right, welcome once again to Mathematics Meal, a program that is designed to help students improve in the study of mathematics. Today on Mathematics Meal, we are looking at a very short question. We have tagged dinner question, and we are on dinner question 2. Remember, we have our breakfast question, we have our lunch question, and we also have dinner question. The breakfast question, dinner question, lunch question are just short questions that we use to make sure that students continue to have interest in this subject, mathematics. The topics that we usually solve in these dinner questions, breakfast questions, and lunch questions are topics that we have already treated, and they are all available in our YouTube channel. So if you want the details of each of the topics, then there is need for you to look at our YouTube channel. Just subscribe to the YouTube channel and also follow us on Facebook. Thank you. Now we are going to look at our dinner question 2, and the question is from theory of logarithm. That's logarithm without tables. And we're asked to simplify this logarithm. Simplify log square root of 216 minus log 5 root 5 minus log root 8 all upon 2 brackets log 25 raised to the power half minus log 3. That's what we're asked to do. Now we have to begin this way. Let's begin. Now this division of logarithm. And before we can divide logarithm, there are two things that we must take note of. One, the log, the numerator must have just one log operator, and the denominator also one log operator. So you must reduce the numerator and the denominator to a single log, and then you make sure that before you divide the log, the numbers in the log are what? The same, because two logs can only divide themselves if they are what? Equal, or if they are the same. So let's look at this. Our first agenda will be to reduce this to a single log, but we have some terms that are in different forms. So we have to put them in a form that can easily be reduced to a single word, to a single log. So I have this is sort, this is in sort form, this also in sort form, this in basic form of sort. So I can transform this to be in non-basic form, then see if I can actually reduce this. All right, let's begin. We have log square root of 216 minus log 5 root 5 minus log root 8 divided by 2 log 25 raised to the power half minus log 3. Now I can still write this as log root 216 minus log square root of 125. Okay, let's expand this a little. Let's have this part of the bottom minus log square root of 8. Okay, I bring this here. Divided by 2 log 5 minus log 3. Now 25 raised to the power half is square root of 25 from the knowledge of indices. So square root of 25 is 5. Then the another term that we have transformed is this. Now to put this in non-basic form, I need to square this. 5 root 5 is something as root 125, because that is 25 times 5. If we are solving sort, expressing sort in basic form. So square root of 25 is 5, so we have 5 root 5. Sorry, our 5 root 5. So you can still transform into this form from here to this. That's how we arrive at that square root of 125. Okay. Now I look at this again. This has square root, this has square root, this has square root. I can decide to write this as log 216 raised to the power half, since square root is power of half of a number, then log 125 raised to the power half minus log 8 raised to the power half divided by, I can still leave this like this until I finish dealing with this, log 5 minus log 3. Okay, we move on. Now the power of a number in a log is something as the coefficient following the third law of logarithm. So I can write this as 1 over 2 log, and write this as 1 over 2 log 216 minus 1 over 2 log 125 minus 1 over 2 log 8 divided by 2 log 5 minus log 3. Okay? Now, I can now reduce this, but I have half here, I have half here, I have half here. So this half is common. So I can write this as 1 over 2 into log 216 minus log 125 minus log 8 divided by 2 log 5 minus log 1. So the quotient rule, when we have a negative between 2 log, we divide the number. So we can write this as 1 over 2 into log 216 divided by 125, because of minus again, divided by 8. Okay? Divided by 8 divided by 2 log 5 minus log 3. Okay? This will give us half into log 216 times 1 over 125 times 1 over 8. Okay? Divided by 2 log 5 over 3. We have this. Because of this subtraction, we can handle that. So we move again. This will give us 8 can divide 216. That will give me 27. So I'm going to have 1 over 2 log. The numerator now becomes 27 all upon 125 divided by 2 log 5 divided by 3. Okay? Now, if I look at this, I have 125, I have 27, so I can actually express this to be in the form of 3 over 5 or 5 over 3. So let's see if we can handle that. We have 1 over 2 log. This is 3 over 5 raised to power 3. That's what it's going to be. Then 2 log 5 over 3. Now this term and this term are not the same. So the only way I can make them to become the same is to invert this. And when I invert this, we know that A over B raised to power minus M, or A over B raised to power M is something as B over A raised to power minus M. So I want to make this to be 5 over 3. That means if I invert it, then that means I'm going to have a negative sign there. So if I do that here, I'm going to have log, I still have my half here, half log 5 over 3 now raised to power minus 3 all upon 2 log 5 over 3. You see that? Why did I introduce the negative sign? Because I inverted this fraction. I turned it upside down, following this rule in indices. So we can now solve this problem by taking away this here. We're going to have minus 3 times 1 over 2 log 5 over 3 divided by 2 log 5 over 3. And when this divide this, we are left with minus 3 over 2 divided by this 2. This 2, because this will divide this, then we are left with this. So minus 3 over 2, because minus 3 times this is minus 3 over 2, then divided by this 2. That will give us minus 3 over 2 times 1 over 2. And finally, our answer, our final result is going to be, use this portion of the board. When we multiply that, we're going to have minus 3 over 4 at the end of the day. So that's what we have to do in stepwise form in order to arrive at our answer. So that's what we have to do. Now, one can still use other means, other method, provided is stepwise and also acceptable. All right, that's all for our dinner question 2. Do well to join us next time for our breakfast question, lunch question, and also for our dinner question. Thank you and God bless you.